In this video, we'll explore how we can show the top 3 customers in the dashboard. So in our raw data, if you look at it, we don't have the customer names, but we do have the customer IDs. So we can actually represent the customer IDs there. So in order for us to do this, we can actually create a pivot which shows the top 3 customers. So let's go about doing this. So we'll come back to our pivots here. We already have 2 pivots that we've created before. So I can copy one of them. Say, for example, I'm copying this particular pivot and I can just paste that against this, leave a few columns. There you go. Okay. So now the issue date is filtered. I can remove the filter here. That's something that I could do before making changes. Now coming back, I want to show the top 3 customers, say for example. Right? So in the rows, we can remove the issue date from here, which we don't need. And instead, I can move the customer ID into the rows. And as far as the count is concerned, I don't want to see the total number of transactions because it will only show one, right? I want to show the loan amount, the value of the loan amount there. So let me drag that there and I can get rid of the count of customer ID. Let me remove that. Perfect. So we've got that sorted. But the thing is, we are only seeing, we are seeing all the customers. So ideally, when you're saying top 3 customers, you would only want to show customers who have fully paid off their loan, right? So what we could do is we could add this loan status into our filters and then filter it in such a way that it only shows those customers who have fully paid their loans. Perfect. So that part is filtered. So now we are seeing a selection of customers who are fully paid. The next aspect is probably to see only the uh, top 10 or top 3, but it's not in the sorted order yet, right? So let's sort that first. So we will change the sorting option. There's a sort option here. If you click on the drop down, let's click on that. So it will always be best to sort it in the descending order of the loan amount. So let's see how that shows up over here. So yes, we have the descending order option, but not on the customer ID, but instead on the loan amount. So let's go in and select that. Perfect. So that part is also sorted. So we can already see that the top 3 customers for the entire year are these 3 customers, right? But we only want to show these 3 customers. We don't want to show all the customers in that list. So again, I can go in here and we have the value filters option that shows up. So let's see over here, we have the top 10. So I click on top 10. It's not limited to only 10. I can change the values. So here I can change it to the top 3 and it is based on the sum of loan amount. Perfect. So that part is sorted. I click on OK and there you get the exact list that we wanted. So all we need to do is present this information onto our dashboard. So let's go about doing it. I'll come back to my dashboard here. So let's say this is the area that I'm going to use for my top 3 customer IDs. So I can just use the equal to sign, click on my pivots, click on the first row label here, and there you go. Okay. So based on the change in my timeline selection here from the slicer, I could end up seeing different customers, right? And I also want to show the corresponding values against those customers. So I could do the similar thing over here. I could use the equal to symbol, come back to my pivots, and then go in and select the loan amount. So there's a minor change that we will have. The thing is, if I were to click and drag this down, you will see that the values are repeating. So in order for us to fix this, you can actually go and see the formula bar. So as you can see, it gets the data from the pivot using this formula. But the thing is, the customer ID here is hard coded. So even if I go to the second cell, it's the same customer ID showing up. So we could easily fix that. Instead of manually putting this in, we could select it from the cell here. Okay, there you go. So now if I drag it down, I can see the changes show up. So you can change the formatting in terms of the, the 1000 separator and all of that very easily. You could go about doing all of that. Okay, perfect. So you can get it exactly how you want it. Okay, so this is how you can actually reproduce a pivot table list onto your dashboard. So now based on the selection, now let's say we are only going to select the first quarter. you can see that the customers are changing based on that. The values are also changing based on that. Okay. So that's exactly the kind of dashboard that you would want to build for your organization. Correct. So in the next section, we'll also see how we can create in-cell bars, or an in-cell bar chart basically. So we'll see that in the next video. So thank you for watching.